My name's Stryftek, and I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. Is it worth your time? On trial today, Forestrike. Made by Skeleton Crew Studios, the same ones that made Olija, and published by indie darlings Devolver Digital, Forestrike is a 2D pixel art roguelike. It's sort of chess meets Sifu. Releasing on November 17th, I was lucky enough to grab an early access key and sunk a good 20 hours into it. But is this brainy kung fu puzzler game worth your time, or is it just a frustrating miss? Let's find out. Your character is you, the last apprentice of the Order, and the youngest bearer of their secret technique, Foresight. The Empire is crumbling, and a man known as the Admiral has infiltrated the capital. Through his corrupting influence, he's slowly taking over not only the capital, but the Celestial Palace, the mountains surrounding it, and the countryside. And of course, your job is to use this secret technique and save everybody. Alongside you are 5 masters to help guide you, dishing out power-ups, insights, and lore as you push through your quest. And as the story unfolds, doubts creep in, secrets unfold, and monkeys. Yeah, monkeys. Now, I haven't hit the true ending yet, so no spoilers for me, but from what I've seen so far, I've got no worries and honestly don't care where it lands. But if I get there and everything's awful, I'll make an update. At the heart of Forestrike is the Foresight mechanic, an ability that lets you see into the future, sort of. You more or less visualize how the fight's gonna go and play it out in your head before actually doing the fight, making each fight its own individual puzzle. With Foresight, you plan out your strikes, your dodges, your counters. You refine it over and over again until you think you have it just perfect. And then you hit play and do it for real, and hopefully everything goes as planned. Because the second you miss that parry, you're now in for a live, unplanned combat scenario. And this game does not hold its punches. Now, while it seems like it would be really easy just to sim it, figure out exactly what to do, and then execute, these fights get very complex, often involving very tight windows, memorization of what comes next, and often pixel-perfect positioning. And if anything deviates, you're in for a fight. Let's look at this fight and I'll explain it and you'll get an idea of how complex things can get. While it's just 3 enemies, there are a lot of mechanics that are going to go on here. First off, the guy to my right with the blue dot, he can dodge one attack. He also has a weapon. The guy to his right is a commander, and that line linking him to the one on the left makes the one on the left invincible until the one on the right dies. So here's what I do. The stick I throw to the right, the first guy dodges and it hits the second. I'm now linked with the guy it hit with this green line. What this ability does is when I get hit, I'll actually swap places with him, and that happens just the moment after. You see, this spear hits me along with the gunman on the left, so I swap places and that guy dies in my place. However, I have an ability that when I'm hit with a weapon, I catch that weapon. Thus, I'm now armed and ready to attack the guy in front of me. In all of this commotion, we activated an environmental trap. Those tick down and blow up, knocking him to the left and doing a bit of damage. He walks up to me, takes a punch, and then I throw my weapon at the last guy. Now at the end, you'll see I still have a blue dot above my head and a green dot underneath. These are resources for a dodge and a special ability, neither of which I used this time. And this is a very basic early fight. Things get far crazier. Each run will also be distinct based off of the master you pick at the beginning. Each has its own speciality, one focusing on damage, one focusing on dodges, one focusing on blocks. Each change your gameplay and strategy drastically. And once you master a run, you unlock a hard mode. Here, Foresight is disabled and things just get difficult. One last feature I want to call out is the ability to share fights with others. If there's a particular fight you wanted someone else to try, you can actually get a code, send it to them, they can use it, and they can go into that fight. It makes me wonder how they could take that and expand it even further. Like one day maybe have users create their own fights and pit them against each other, turn it into a Kung Fu Mario Maker or something. I don't know, it was just something clever I wanted to call out. As you've seen on screen, Forestrike is mainly pixel art. You will encounter some cinematics that look to be hand-drawn, but the majority of everything will be this pixel art. It looks clean and has a crisp animation and a style all of its own. I do have one nitpicky issue though. This sort of tearing as things sway back and forth, I don't know, I just don't like it. It reminds me too much of when I have a graphical issue, there's often tearing in the screen. That aside, the graphics are solid. The attacks feel like they have a weight behind them when paired with the sound design, and the animations are just all great. The soundtrack itself isn't very front and center, but it wasn't the star of the show here. It serves its purpose, it builds the atmosphere, and it keeps you locked into the action on screen. So, is it worth your time? If this was $20, I would have said yes. But it's actually only 10. And at that price, it's an absolute steal. It'll be out on Steam and the Nintendo Switch, meaning if you have a handheld like a Steam Deck, it plays really well there. That's actually where I have most of my hours logged on this game. And there's even a demo if you just want to try it before you buy. So yeah, this is definitely worth your time. My name's Stryftek, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, by all means, like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time on Is It Worth Your Time?